Mark Felt, the man who brought down the White House. Where's Mark Felt when you need him now? Liam Neeson stars as Mark Felt. He is the man that brought down the White House back in the 70s during a little scandal you might have heard of before called the Watergate scandal. Such a famous case, a mysterious figure known only as Deep Throat. So back in 2005, when Mark Felt was really super old, he admitted to being Deep Throat, and here we are with basically his life story surrounding the Watergate scandal. His role in the FBI is to basically keep secrets for highly important individuals, and who better to cast as the guy named Deep Throat than Liam Neeson? So let's get into it. With the people category, acting didn't really impress me all that much. It is pretty much the same thing throughout the movie. There's no real huge range of emotion. I'm only give that half points. Characters, I think this is a very character-heavy film. It's all based on reality. It's all based on facts. It's all based on real people. Characters gets 2 out of 2. Casting, tell you what, I really like Liam Neeson in the role. I can't really say that anybody else in the movie feels like they are perfect for the part. Half points and say 1. How about the importance? Just like in real life, you're up there on the totem pole, but because this is a scandal, because this is a conspiracy that you have to kind of use as a mystery to find out what's going on, of course, everybody has their own important role as to what's happening. 2. As for chemistry, this isn't a chemistry movie. It's just not 1. Writing score. Nothing about the dialogue really stands out, so 1. I do consider a very balanced story that focuses on one thing and one thing only, for the most part. That's the Watergate scandal, and then you have the side story about Mark Felt's daughter. But because the entirety of the movie was so clearly about Watergate, I'm going to let that pass and say 2 out of 2. The story is definitely important because it is part of our history and how important it is to have checks and balances between the different parts of the government. So definitely 2 out of 2 for that. Originality, at the very least, I consider this a very interesting perspective on Watergate, and because of that, I do consider this original. 2 out of 2. Was it interesting? I kind of saw it with a blind eye, and that being said, it still interested me enough when I was watching it to see how everything was going to come out. So, 2 out of 2. PS score. Can't say there's anything really phenomenal about visuals. They all seem pretty typical. 1 out of 2. I kind of have to say the same about directing. I don't think there's anything specifically about the directing that caught my attention. For that, I'll only give it half points. Editing, however, there were some interesting choices throughout the film. I'm going to say 2 out of 2 for editing. I consider this as advertised, 2 out of 2. And nothing about the music really stands out, nothing that I want to listen to again, so 1 out of 2. We pretty much have a perfect narrative arc. I'll just speed through it. Introduction gets you acquainted with who Mark Felt is and what his job ultimately is. Inciting incident has to do with the Watergate scandal and how that starts and everything. The obstacles, not only trying to figure out what to do, but also trying not to get caught because he's Deep Throat. The climax is the culmination of everything in between, which is definitely clear to me. And the following action does calm down and return to a new norm. So all of those get 2 out of 2 possible stars. So narrative arc gets 10. Entertainment score. When it comes down to rewatchability, I think I probably would watch it again if I caught it on TV, but I don't think I'll be going out to any kind of video store. So for that, I'll just give it 1 out of 2. Do I consider it fun? There are fun things about it. There are also some parts about it that felt longer than it probably should have. So for that, I'm going to give it 1 out of 2. I have no impulse to buy it. 0. I have no impulse to talk about it other than this review. 0. As for sucking an audience in, I think for the most part, they'll get sucked in for certain sequences and scenes, but not for the whole movie. 1 out of 2. Specialty. As with most true stories, I did research the life of Mark Felt a little bit before I did this review, and a lot of it is absolutely, positively accurate in how they did things, right down to the side story with the daughter. So 10 out of 10 possible stars. How about the concept of the Watergate? Like I said before, it's unique in its perspective. 10 out of 10 possible stars. As a drama, I can't really say that it feels super dramatic. It definitely is a drama. It feels like a drama, but it also feels a little bit like a thriller. So I'll only give half points for drama and say 5 out of 10. How's this as a Liam Neeson movie? Truthfully, I've seen him in a ton of movies, and I can't really say this is my favorite role of his, but it is nice to see him in something that isn't violent, action-oriented. That being said, still not the best I've seen from him, so I'm going to give him half points and say 5 out of 10. Halfway decent? Yeah, absolutely. I'll give that 10 out of 10 possible stars. So if we add all that up, we get 76 out of 100 possible stars. 76%, which is not as bad as some critics have been putting this movie out to be, because I don't even understand that. So if you got the chance, check it out. And guys, tell me what you thought about Mark Felt, the man who brought down the White House, in the comments down below. And you can follow me on track.tv and Twitter at username IAMDWG. And as for YouTube, you know you can hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell to be notified when I come out with my next movie review, which will be tomorrow. And it will be Jigsaw, the latest movie in the Saw franchise. So stick around for that. I'm super excited. And until then, peace out.